By pulling in again here. Again, the market not been able to make any kind of significant bounce here. It's just trying to put in a bottom, but so far no indication that it's going to bounce off of here. It may very well, but right now we're not seeing anything. So again, you don't want to try to front run any of this stuff. That's the low of the day right there in the Qs. CVS breaking, CVS trying to break out to the long side here. Went through 67.73, which was resistance. Now it's got room to 70.25. Nice little setup here in CVS. I like the CVS. Now, if you take CVS long, again, you're fighting the market here. The market's coming down pretty hard, but you've got to make sure it stays above this 67.73. That's important. But again, you can see the relative strength here. If I switch over to the 5-minute chart, here's the market coming down here, still drifting down. You see what CVS is doing, moving up pretty nicely. Nice setup on CVS. Just a terrible market backdrop for a long right now. Again, I think it, starting along in CVS here is okay. I wouldn't go too heavy on it. Market's not doing anything, but I like the CVS right now. So I just took a few calls on CVS. Yeah, I took some calls on SPY, not a lot. I'm just kind of starting out. I want to see what the market does. If we get a market bounce, it'll push CVS higher, but it needs to stay above 67.73. 67.73 is the key on CVS. SPY just kind of moving sideways here. Again, you can see CVS got really good relative strength this morning. Google trying to make a little bit of a bounce here now. Just kind of moving sideways. And there's the SPY just moving sideways. Again, not a lot of activity here after this pullback. Get a little bit of a pullback here, but the market's just not doing much of anything. Again, a lot of it's going to be waiting for the FOMC tomorrow. I'm just looking for something that would be considered a high probability trade, and CVS is a high probability trade. The only thing we've got going against us with CVS is the market. The market's not giving us anybody help, but CVS has any help from the market all morning, and it's been grinding up nicely. So I like CVS. It's wouldn't be taking a lot of longs right now, but I do like CVS. I'm going to put that on here. I just took next week's calls. March 28th. 66s. Going for about 296 right now. Okay, so I'm in CVS. It's got room to about 70.25. I'm not going to hang around it that long, but it's a decent long setup. Again, it's outperforming the market dramatically here this morning. Market just moving sideways. I used next week's expiration, Sergio. I get you gotta. I'm not gonna take this week's. I'm gonna go to next week's. There's a little premium jacked up in this week's because of the FOMC, and I don't want to be that. I want to have a little bit of time. Terry filled at 298. Yeah, it took a little pop. Um, since I posted it, it popped up a little bit. So to get 296, you'd have to probably chase it a little bit here. Again, I like this setup on CVS. It's I mean, outperforming the market pretty dramatically, and it's above those horizontal support and resistance levels. And again, 67.73 is where you want to see it stay above. See what's happening over on our YouTube doing here this morning. Hey, everybody from YouTube. CVS a little pullback there. Again, 67.73 is where I want to see it stay above. This gives you a little opportunity to get in maybe a little bit cheaper right now. It's going for 279. Yeah, it did drop a little bit. 280. SPY still drifting down here. And just kind of watching the market really just drift sideways here. Q's trying to bounce, but these candles are small. This is just a big long compression right now. Again, the only thing I'm in is I got a strangle on Google. 160, 157.50 is right in the middle, so it's not doing anything for me right now. But again, I've got the Fed coming tomorrow, so we could get some activity in that. So I don't mind holding strangles or straddles. CVS, some long CVS, again, pull back a little bit. And I took it on a break through the 67.73 level, which is right about on right now. So again, I like the setup on it though. It's a nice setup on CVS. It's kind of trying to get into this void. We'll see if it holds. Very tough market right now to trade. But again, just nothing going on here. This is just flat as a pancake in the market. Very slow day. T2104 right now is also pretty flat. Bouncing a little bit right here, but still pretty flat. And Q's pretty much the same. Again, the only thing I'm in right now is Google for strangle. 157.50, 160. And I took some CVS calls, which I still like CVS here. All right, see if we have any more questions here. Nope. All right, yeah, just as listen, all we can do is watch here. Again, CVS was a good one. That was suggested this morning, and the daily chart on CVS is very nice. Go ahead and take a look at the daily chart on CVS. And you see this nice breakout here. If we switch, I didn't look at what the Fibonacci candle looked like, but I expect they're pretty good. Yeah, that's a Fibonacci reversal today on CVS. Very nice. Hey Sean, good morning over there in YouTube. Pretty weak market today. It's pulled down right from the open.
Finish. Finish talking.
Oh, that's all right.
That shampoo, the ketonazole that's in the shower, is that Allison's?
Yeah. Well, she had an extra one, so
Oh,
she gave me that one. Yeah, that's the one I'm using.
Okay.
I just kept the other one so I could have the label on it. That's
Okay,
all.
I can throw that away.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's what I wanted to know.
All right. All right. So yeah. So it's been again. Well, I'm long CVS. I like CVS. I'm also got a strangle in Google. 160 calls, 157.50 puts expiring this week, and I've got CVS expiring next Friday, the 28th. Long CVS. And again, CVS is a very nice setup on the daily chart. The major problem with it right now is the market. The market is bearish this morning, but it's been flattened out quite a bit right now, so we'll see where it goes. Mobile homes, yeah, this website is down. Yeah, it is. They're working to bring it back up again. CVS pulled back. Whoops. CVS pulled back below the 67.73. The support is now 67.34. I'm still fine with it right now. Any kind of a bounce in the market, I'm going to add to some CVS. QUBT's putting in a bullish engulfing candle today. Pretty nice moving QUBT. Here it is, a daily chart right here. These quantum stocks are bouncing back off the low. They all gapped down a little bit this morning, but this is a pretty big candle here in QUBT. Pretty nice move. Going right through all kinds of resistance here. Probably has some more resistance above. Look. Yeah, quite a ways above. This is some minor resistance right. Oops, that's not what I want. Good Lord. So QUBT has resistance now at 991. 991.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Hey Google, what's the temperature outside in James Island?
The temperature in James Island, South Carolina right now is 59 degrees.
59.
Perfect.
Not bad at all. Where's Alfie? Great.
Great. You'll be pulled out of there shortly.
All right, everybody enjoying this pretty flat day in the market. It's gapped down and drifted down pretty hard early, and now just not knowing what it wants to do here. Again, the only thing I've got is Google. I got a strangler in Google expiring Friday, so I got plenty of time on this thing. I'm going to take it through the FOMC unless I get a big move today. And I got CVS, which I'd like for it to bounce today and be able to take profits today or tomorrow before the Fed, but we'll see. SPY with a bit of a move. These are really small candles. It's hard to say it's even moving. It's just going sideways. Okay, you can't do any SPY super system trades off of this stuff at all right now. You could probably do some off of some stocks, but even that's pretty hard. Amazon sideways. Google sideways, trying to bounce a little bit here. I still have AMD calls from yesterday. They're not doing much of anything here today. Down. Nvidia trying to bounce. ABB down a little bit again today. Uber also down a little bit here. Oops. Uber down a little bit. Just a flat market right now since the drop this morning. The market is just flattened out. CDS moving sideways as well. Everything just moving sideways. About 11:45 here right now. On YouTube, El Infinito Entertainment. Do I have to do options to make money with Rightline? I don't have a lot of money. Would like to participate in the market. What's a good starting cash capital point? No, you don't have to trade options. The trading stock is fine. You just take the number of shares that you can afford to take. Starting capital point, that's really dependent on how you're going to trade. I mean, if you're going to do any day trading, intraday trades where you're getting in and out of a trade the same day multiple times a week, then you have to either have what's called a cash account, which is as opposed to a margin account. A cash account, when you open a trade and then close a trade the same day, the capital doesn't go back into your account until usually the next day. You don't get it right away. Or you need to have at least $25,000 in your account to do day trading consistently. In other words, you can't do more than 3 round trips in a day. In other words, if you're going to take a day trade, if you get in that day and out that day, that's 1 day trade. You can only do that 3 times in a 5-day rolling period if you don't have 25,000 in your account. But if you're just going to trade stocks and you don't mind holding them overnight, then I would say for anybody that wants to try to trade like that, I would say that it's very difficult to try to trade with tiny bits of money. A lot of people go in with $1,000, $2,000 and try to trade really hard. I mean, you can't be trading much of anything. I personally think that you've got to have at least $10,000 in an account to trade, and you can't intraday trade like that unless it's a cash account, which you would specify when you set it up that it's a cash account with the brokerage house. But I think at least $10,000 to try to trade, and then you got to be very, very cautious. What I have on Google, Bruckman, I have a Google, Googl. I have a strangle on it. A strangle. I've got on Google. I've got the let me look. I got the strangle of I've got 160 calls and 157 puts. 160 calls and 157 puts expiring this week. Strangle. So I don't care which way it moves. I just want to see it move a lot. It's definitely bearish today. It's pulled down pretty hard. But it's bouncing a little bit right now. It's trading at 159.49. I don't care which way it goes. I just need it to go a decent distance. I paid $4 or $400 a contract for the straddle. Strangle. 160 puts, 160 calls, 157.50 puts. SPY drifting down again. Again, market's pretty weak, so that's the one criteria in CVS that isn't with us, and that's the market. Market is very weak. Will it keep going down? Who knows? Only time will tell. Again, we have the Fed tomorrow, the FOMC tomorrow, so that could have an impact on the market. It probably will have an impact on the market. Not necessarily what they do. It's unlikely they're going to change rates tomorrow, but they're what they say about upcoming rates in the future, to see if there's any indication that they're going to continue to cut. About 10 to 12 now. SPY with a slow drift down. Right, my website's down. Somebody when I had YouTube up, somebody said the website's down. That's down. So I told Lori, she said they were working on it. So I said, oh, Phil Mark. He says, I know. I was trying to fix something and I did reduce. I wrecked the whole thing.
Oh, Mark or?
Mark Miller was fixing it.
Write it down.
Why don't you let one of the technicians do it? This is the guy who owns the company. I can fix this.
I can do
Boom.
this. I can do this.
We got any orders coming through? Oh, we wouldn't know. The site's down. Look at you all dressed up. Yeah, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? It's cotton, but it's better than rubber. I like cotton better than silk.
Very pretty. This silk, I heard Allison say she got a run in her silk thing already.
Yeah, it's really thin. I mean, I didn't buy the most expensive
The
silk.
silk's not that sturdy. It's not supposed to be.
It's dependent.
SPY continuing the slow drift down. Hasn't broken through the low, but trying desperately to put in a bottom, but not able to yet. Again, CVS pulled back. Again, it's below the 67.73 level that I wanted to stay above. And then I've got another support at 67.34. There's two really close horizontal support levels. So again, I'm going to stick with CVS. This is a pretty nice setup with CVS. If you look at the daily chart on CVS, it's pretty nice here. This was earnings, nice bounce up on big volume, get kind of extended right up to those levels, came back down again and just moved along the VWAP, the 8 exponential moving average. You see it's gone up and touched these levels quite a few times here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and through it today. We'll see if we can get through it and stay through it. This is where we get room up to right there. But even if it stays below there, this is a nice setup. It's curling up here with kind of a J hook type of pattern. Nice. It's a nice setup on CVS long in a really weak market. Again, I got the Google strangle. I'm just going to hold on to that. Probably hold it right through the Fed unless I get a big move in it today. Again, we get the Fed tomorrow, the FOMC, tomorrow at 2 o'clock. What did I pay for the strangle in Google? I paid $400 a contract, Dan. 400. I think it was going for about 375 last time I looked. I don't know where it is. I'm not really paying that much attention to it. I haven't put a sell. I did put a sell order in it at $5. It's trading at 373, so down about 27 cents. And you know that stands to reason with these sideways moves. It's trying to actually gain a little relative strength to the market right now. Apple pretty weak today, just broke down below the pivot point. Not really too much to try to trade. I'm not really trying to trade it. I've got CVS long. I don't really want to trade against the market significantly, so I'm not going to take any more longs right now. But I do like CVS. We're still short Uber, by the way. Down today about 2.2%. Down below the 8, down below the 50, sitting right on the 200. Wait, coming up on about 12 o'clock here. I'm going to grab some lunch in about 10 minutes or so. Trader, sir, just out of curiosity, do I work for a trading firm? No, I don't. Sounds like you work in an office setting. No, it's not. It's my house. Just me and my wife and my dog.
Yeah.
Is my wife telling you? Sounds like an office because she's working. But no, just it's my office sitting here in my office with my 4 screens, looking out the window at this little lake behind me, and Just enjoying a boring day in the market with the market just pulling down. Can't really trade much here. Again, I did take CVS long, and I have Google as a straddle. JJ says he's a witness to my work environment. Yes, he's been here.
If the website was up, they could see what your office looked like.
No, Trader Midas, I have no interest in working for a trading firm and have no interest in working in an office. I like to work from home. I like to be by myself here trading. And I mean, I have a lot of trading buddies, and I have a lot of folks, of course, in the room here that I trade with in the on the alert service and also here in the trading room, the option trading room. We've got lots of hundreds of people. So. That's plenty to talk to, but yeah, I don't like being in an office. The biggest traffic jam for me in the morning when I go to work is coming from my bedroom to my office, coming down the hallway if my dog happens to be in the way. That's my traffic jam. You see we've got the Google going green here on the current time frame momentum as it is starting to move up now, getting close to the 160, which would be that's our long strike on the triangle. Again, I don't care which way it goes. CVS, I do want to see CVS bounce. So far, it's pulled back a little bit. It's still a very good setup on the daily chart. If I get a bounce off of this and it starts to go back up through the VWAP, I'll probably add to it. And CVS pulling down. So again, 67.34 is the next support level. Thing doesn't move an awful lot, so as long as I hold the 8 exponential moving average today, I'll stay in the trade. Google's back up over 160 now, so now the 160 calls are in the money. Trading at 377. Again, I paid $4 for it. SPY with a little bounce here now. Again, long way to go to get to the not long way, but quite a ways to go to get to the VWAP. This is a hammer bar here, with a little indication of a potential low, but we've had a couple of them here before that looked good, and then it just drifted back down again. So, no, I don't have any great conviction of a big bounce here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do get to see something of a bounce today in the SPY. Again, I'm long CVS, and holding on to CVS, and I got a strangle on Google. That's it. Google moving up now into the 160s.
control and
That sounds like an enjoyable commute, Anthony, coming down from my bedroom to my office. Yeah, it is. It is a market bounce here. Again, not completely unexpected, coming right up to the VWAP. I'm going to grab some lunch here while the market's trying to bounce. We'll wait to see what we get after this. Again, CVS starting to pick up a little bit here on this one candle. We'll see what happens on CVS, but again, we're going to hold that for a while. Google's starting to move up here. Again, I have a sell order set on Google at $5 in case we get to it today. All right, going to grab some lunch. Be back in just a little bit. We'll go ahead and end the YouTube. So thanks very much for all the folks that were watching on YouTube today. Not exactly an exciting day to trade. We've had a fairly significant pullback in the market from the open this morning, and then a bunch of chop here for a good long time. And now we're getting a little bit of a lift in the market. So, all right, thanks very much, and we'll be back tomorrow about 11 o'clock for the YouTube feed. You have a great afternoon.